Time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside former Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day, the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. And since I discovered that Gary Ellerson is on less than anyone else because we have Fat Jack, I will not talk until he chooses to finish. I don't know what I tell you what I want to say is it should be 100%. That the Packers are going to beat the Cowboys. There's no one. I don't believe anyone. It doesn't mean.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
Let me finish.
Stop.
Anything can happen. But that tells you the degree to which you should be confident that they'll win the game. Take it away.
Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why not?
That's why they play the game.
I understand why they play the game. They play the game, and some teams lose 100-0, but they still play the game.
Right.
What
and
percentage?
Some people lose to Cleveland when they should not have lost to Cleveland.
That's correct. It would require the Packers to participate in the loss to lose to the Cowboys as they did the Browns. No?
Yes. I just want to say one thing.
Yes.
Before we get going.
Right.
How do I sound?
I think you sound great. And I was informed by my expert that you should be, as people can see on the audio, or the video, that you're using a mic that's 40 years old. And he said you need to use a mic like that. Now, you can get a stand so that the mic stands up and you don't have to hold it. But you don't want to use a headset. The quality stinks compared to how you sound. So I think it sounds great.
Does that sound Pebble? How do I sound?
You sound a lot better than you did previously. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah.
How do I look? How do I look on the screen? How do I look?
You look good, crystal clear.
Yeah.
We're all good.
We are all good.
I have to say up top, my good friend, Steve the Homer True, came out to my humble abode this morning and hooked me up with all the latest equipment. So I can sound and look good today on the radio.
You're going to tell them the whole story? I told you it would take less than 15 minutes, and you mocked me. There's no way.
Because the first time you came out here, I don't know if you knew what the hell you were doing.
That we don't need to talk about the first time. But I told you it'll take less than 15 minutes, and it took about 12. So it sounds great. But let's get to the Cowboys. What's an appropriate?
Well, anyway, before we get going.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming out.
My pleasure.
And I must say, you had an anniversary this week.
I did, yes.
Of such proportions that you have been with Good Karma.
Yep.
For how many years?
20 years.
20 years.
Yep.
Big deal. Big deal.
Thank you.
And I want to just go because I don't know if I heard that they did some stuff for you, blah blah blah. I just want to go on air right now for people who are listening, for most people who don't know, that I told the story before, but I first got started in this business with Steve the Homer True back when we did a show at WISN called Pack Attack with myself, the Homer, and Dan Needles. Post-game show. First of its kind, actually.
Yes, it was.
I don't think it's ever been duplicated. And reason why it's first of its kind, because it was the first TV Was it a TV post-game show, Homer?
Right, you're right.
But we took phone calls.
Yes, we did.
I don't know how that worked. How the hell did that
We
happen?
had great people working upstairs, and it was, and the Packers were in their prime, 90, whatever, and people were all excited. I don't know if you were, I think we went to 3 a.m. one time. I think you might have
Yeah,
been.
we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
said, we're going all the way to first news at 5.
Yeah.
And someone in the booth said, you can if you want, but we're all leaving now. So good luck with that. So that we could have
So
set
it
a
was
record
the
there.
first. Yeah, it was the first TV, felt like radio, where we took phone calls.
Yeah.
Called Pack Attack. And, folks, that was some 30 years ago.
Yes, right about that. Yeah, it was in the 90s,
Yeah.
somewhere in there, 96, 97. Yes,
30
I would
years
agree.
ago.
Yep.
So, listen, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for having another avenue for an old football player, former football player, to actually reach his potential. I owe everything that I have to you in this business.
You do not. You owe the start to me. But
Well,
after the start, it's on you.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
know in athletics as well. People
Right.
are good to give
Yeah.
you a chance, but
Yeah.
what happens after
Yeah.
that has nothing to
Yeah.
do with the guy who gave you the chance.
I feel like you are Bruce Pearl to me as Bruce Pearl was to his son.
Yes. Nice. Yes.
Okay.
Every time
All right,
those
there it
things
is.
happen, I always think I'm a bad
Inside
dad.
joke. Okay,
Because I
inside
ain't
joke.
giving that job to my kid. You're going to go coach somewhere else, get a job on your own, and you become a head coach somewhere and do well. Then they can one day decide you. But I'm not setting you up like that. You don't need that. And no dad did that for me. But coaches do that all the time.
Yeah.
Bobby Knight did it. I mean, the list is
Yes.
endless. So I just have known I'm a bad dad.
Bo Ryan did it, right?
yes,
Bo Ryan,
yes.
but it wasn't his son. But Bo Ryan
No, it
did
was
it
his
as
son.
well.
Yes, at Green Bay. Yeah, that was his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Bo Ryan. No. Bo Ryan did it, but it wasn't his son because he made them hire the head coach that's there now. He said they should hire him. When he left Wisconsin. You're
yes.
talking about-
No, I'm talking about his kid
At
went to
UW
Green,
Green
Bay.
Bay.
Yes, he did not
Yeah.
follow him. But 'cause that would be more akin to what the way to do it. He had to get it on his own, and then in his case, sadly, failed on his own. All right, let's get to the
let's
Cowboys.
get to the Packers.
No, the Cowboys, you have to accept the fact that anything can happen, but if the Packers lose, you should be devastated. This is not only a bad team, but it's the perfect matchup. Their best part is their offense. Your best part is the defense, and their defense stinks. So it's the perfect game for the Packer offense to blossom the way it should.
It's the worst defense in the league if you do all the statistics and all those types of
and
things.
if you got
They're
eyes
ranked-
and you've watched them.
Yeah, they're ranked 30th in just about every major category. There's 32 teams in the NFL. So they're about 30th in every statistical category, some lower than that. But there's a lot surrounding this matchup, and that would be Micah Parsons, Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot, Kenny Clark. I mean, there's a lot of outside noises that are out there.
Sure.
And they're also, here's what I need, Homer, for the Packers to do. I need for them to find their run game in this game. Because there are a bad pass defense. You can find yourself throwing the ball 45 times if you want to. And I think don't take the old banana in the tailpipe. I think what the Packers have to do is come out and establish the run with Josh Jacobs. They need, no matter what it is, 7 in the box, 8 in the box, they need to try to figure out, get Josh Jacobs going, run the football. I would suspect, I haven't been in any practices this week, but I would suspect that Zach Tom's not going to play, Aaron Banks not going to play. So I expect, and they haven't said who it was, but whoever is getting the most reps at right tackle, that's who you should lead with, whether that's Kennard or Belton. And if left guard, I would suspect that would be Jordan Morgan. And let those guys do their thing, because they need some consistency, as far as I'm concerned, on that offensive line, which they have not been able to have. I would assume that this week that those guys took all the reps at the positions that they're going to play with within this game.
You'd like some consistency in addition to better play.
Yes, on the offensive line.
Right.
The consistency on the offensive line would be, give me your best 5, let's go. Now, I know injuries happen, and you got to plug and play. But this week, you should have known that Zach Tom was going to be out, and Banks was not going to play, either one of those guys. Those guys should have been practicing in their respectable positions.
I agree with you. I just think they got people hurt. And they got their best lineman hurt. They got the player they paid a ton of money as a free agent, who I think they believe is probably their second best player, or they wouldn't have brought him in. He's hurt. So that's why they haven't been good. Is that appropriate as an explanation?
Yes, that is. But when the week before, you had Kennard at right tackle, then you had Belton at right tackle. No one saw that happening the week before. And it was coming off a short week. No,
right, but let me address. I don't think they're any good. I don't think they're any good.
We don't know.
Well, wouldn't if they're not that good, or they aren't any good right now.
I don't know, Homer, but you got to find out.
All right.
But you got to give them a shot.
Okay.
To know.
But if you
don't, you can't just pull the plug.
No, if you don't think they're that good, my follow-up is then you definitely need them to focus on one position. Playing
Correct.
multiple positions is very hard, and very few do it well.
My biggest asset as a player coming out of high school, I could play a lot of positions. They recruited me in Wisconsin.
People don't know that because you were running back at Wisconsin. You were not a running back in high school. You were what?
A wide receiver.
Come on.
But I played running back in high school.
Come on. You're not a wide receiver. You don't act like a wide receiver.
Yeah.
You don't run like a
But I played running back. I played some running back in high school.
Yes, you're outstanding.
I played
hold on,
defensive back in high school.
Well, of course. The good athletes play
But here's what I'm getting to, Homer.
All right.
So then I moved to Dave McClain came to me and says, "Hey, we're gonna start you out at DB. Okay, that didn't work. We had a lot of guys over there. We're gonna put you at wide receiver. That was my second spot. Okay, and then he came. He says, you know what? We're gonna try you at fullback. Fullback. He says, I said, Coach, I'm not blocking nobody.
And I think you did say that.
Yeah, I did say that. I said, I'm not blocking nobody at fullback. He says, don't worry about it. We're gonna put you third down, obvious passing situations. Good. I can do that. And if you're in the game, you will either be receiving the ball or carrying the ball. You're just going to be at the fullback position. That way we get our best players on third down. Okay, fine. All right. Then the next year they moved me from fullback to tailback, which is a good position. Then I get to Green Bay. My first training camp in Green Bay, I was at fullback. And then they moved me to halfback. Then they moved me to tailback. What I'm saying to you is all that for a young player is a lot to learn. Mm-hmm. The terminology, the checks, the reads, your stance, all that is super difficult to do when you're going from right tackle to left guard. Now I'm talking about Jordan Morgan to try to get all that stuff figured out in the NFL. It's not easy.
No, I agree with you. That's why I don't know why they're doing it. I don't think he's good enough to have justified doing that so early in his career. But I don't think they've wanted to. I think it's just a mess because so many people have been hurt. I would like to know, of the wide receivers who in the past played in the NFL or a current wide receiver in the NFL, who are you most like as a wide receiver?
Sterling Sharp.
Big body.
Hines Ward.
Big
Hines
body.
Ward.
Yeah, big body. I can get the ball. It doesn't matter if I'm closely guarded. You can't keep me from getting open. Not because I'm faster, But because I'm
Right.
fast enough and I'm bigger and stronger.
Stronger.
Yes. Just throw the ball to that spot and no one's catching.
Quite frankly, the state of Georgia were making a lot of players like me in that position.
Yes.
And I would say because Sterling Sharp is from the state of
Is he from Georgia? South Carolina?
Georgia.
He played in South Carolina.
Georgia.
Is he from Georgia? Wow.
Georgia.
I didn't know where he was
Hines
from.
Ward is from the state of
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of players like that in the state of Georgia who could play running back and who could be a slot guy who could catch.
Where do
There were a
in
lot
what
of
state
ton
do
of
people
guys.
not like you because they thought you were a traitor? What state would that be? Excuse me? Is the mic still working? And what state is it that they call you a
We're
traitor
not doing
because
that.
you did?
We're not.
Okay,
We're not doing.
that's
See,
fine.
You love to start stuff
No.
all the time.
People need.
You do.
People need to know how good
You love
you
to start
were
stuff.
and how disappointed they were at one state that you didn't go
Okay.
there.
The state of Georgia.
Right. You were that.
Very disappointed.
It was that big a deal. It's
It was
not.
deep.
Yes, it's not a big deal when you're a
Yeah.
long snapper or a punter.
This guy.
No, and again, I'll bet anybody any amount of money within reason that the Packers are going to win the game. Now I know they're a favorite, but I stress
What's
that.
the line, Homer?
I think it's about right at 7. Someone told me it
7.
went to 6.5, but it's right
thought
at
it was
7.
6
It's been
and a
from
half.
7.5, 7.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would still take the Packers on that, but
Right.
they can't be. And I didn't say before. I said they could lose these 2 games. They can't be the team that we think they are and lose this game after they just lost to Detroit the way they lost.
Yes, they can.
All right, you explain
they
that.
can.
We'll take a break, and you
they can.
you explain how they can. Next.
Okay.
Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've got a few issues out there, so let's get right to it. We have on 4394 southbound at Beecher, left shoulder blocked with a crash, so watch out for delays heading through that area coming out of the marked head interchange. Stays heavy all the way down past the KK River crossing. We've also got a crash or an incident on 894 southbound right in the Zoo interchange off on the right shoulder. That's going to be tying things up a bit as well as you're making your way through the Zoo interchange. And then another crash on 894 eastbound right at the ramp from 60th Street. The right shoulder's blocked there. Backups from basically 84th Street all the way to that accident scene. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. A few clouds, a low of 59. Tomorrow, morning patchy fog, sunny and warm, high of 84. Weather's brought to you by The Pickler, Menominee Falls. Try all 9 indoor courts with unlimited play for 30 days. Just $30. Start your trial at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Greg Matzik, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field?
Secondary. Keyshawn Nix.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Jen Latta here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Fall in Wisconsin means football season, crisp evenings, apple orchards, and pumpkin patches. But it is also one of the best times to sell your home. With serious buyers looking and fewer homes on the market, you could score a deal before winter hits with the We Sell Group. Don't delay until chaos hits in the spring. The We Sell Group is ready to give your home a home field advantage so it gets sold this fall. The We Sell Group, helping Wisconsinites score big in their next chapter. Get started with Rob and Nick at WeSell.kw.
Milwaukee, it's officially time for October baseball. The energy is electric, the city is buzzing, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Carbless. Carbless is the ready-to-drink cocktail that keeps fans cheering. No sugar, full of flavor, and always refreshingly delicious. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, celebrating downtown, or gathering with friends at home, Carbless is your go-to for every big hit, every clutch play, and every Brewers moment. So crack open a Carbless, raise it high, and toast to October baseball in Milwaukee, because nothing goes better with the big stage in baseball than finding your bliss. Visit drinkcarbless.com BigFrog.com and see where Carbless is located nearest to you.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Today it was the Pocket Pancakes broadcast. Tomorrow it's a special Brewers show, and want to thank all our partners. Brewers coverage on 94.5 ESPN brought to you by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, Delta Dental of Wisconsin, and Neuro Spine Center. Your spine health is their passion. And now, talking well about his partner with that historic mic, Gary Ellerson.
Fellas, listen up. If you're getting ready to take that next step in life and propose, the Jury Center has to be the first stop. Whether it's naturally mined or lab-grown diamonds, the Jury Center has options for it all. Maybe you don't know exactly what kind of ring that special someone wants, but if they have a Pinterest board or ideas, bring it to the Jury Center. Their team of experts will help take your ideas from a dream to a reality. Learn more about their engagement ring selection or any other services at shoptjc.com or stop in today at any of their 3 locations in Greenfield, Brookfield, or Burlington.
Special Brewer Show tomorrow is 3 until 5. This is the Gary Ellison Homer Hour. Fat Jack at the end of the hour. We'll see what he thinks about how automatic the Brewers win is. The Packers win is. Nicholas tweets, the 3 injuries on the offensive line are a big issue. The line is good now, but 1 injury brings in Jennings. Not ideal. That's the only way I could see Packers losing as far as injury problems. How do you want to handle that, Gary? You agree? Disagree?
I mean, the Packers are deep enough no matter what happens unless it's outside the quarterback. But I do have faith in Malik. Well, listen, they're just a better team. The Packers are deep enough to still get a win here. I mean, something would really have to go wrong from multiple situations for them to not get a win. I mean, you're going to see they're going to play Cowboys some cat coverage on the back end. And that's going to
explain what that is for people who don't know.
What, cat coverage?
Mm-hmm.
You got that cat, you got that cat, I got that cat.
You may have used that. Pablo, has he used that before? I don't think so.
He has used that before.
He's used that before. Okay, I'm going to have to listen better. I was afraid
and then it's going to be, if they do that, it's going to be, and I know they're not one of our sponsors, but I hate doing this, but then it's going to be a lot like Burger King for the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Make it your way or something? I don't know what.
Have it your way.
Have it your way. But cat coverage is generally, and I may have said this before, man-to-man. But you don't call it man-to-man.
Cat coverage.
Yeah. Because I think Burger King's good because it's going to be a Whopper.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a burger win. It's going to be a Whopper
it's going to be
win.
Have it your way.
Yes.
So, because Diggs right now, their best cover corner, I don't know. He's not playing. I don't know. Maybe his knee is still banged up, but he peaks a lot in the backfield, double moves, all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is the problem that I have, which I alluded to earlier. The problem that I have is home team, they can get whatever they want. I would prefer they lead with the run game if possible.
I would agree, but I'm anticipating Matthew Golden will have 100 yards receiving. I'm anticipating a catch of at least 60 yards.
Where's Matthew Golden and Savion Williams from, Pebble?
Both from Texas.
There you go. There it is.
They got some players.
Well, there's a lot of tickets they got to pay for, too, but yeah. They got to have a lot of people in the house.
Now we get to the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Pebble, I better read this one.
Do we have one?
Oh, we got one.
Okay.
If the Packers lose to the Cowboys on Sunday, I will be...
Why are we doing that? Why are we doing
because
that?
Because I want to know what people think.
No,
that's what all these are.
We're not putting up if they lose.
Hold on.
No, we're not doing that.
All right, well, we'll take it down after you vote.
We're not. Why are we leading with if they lose?
Because that tells you how confident you are in this team.
No, that would be like Pebble doing a.
All right, hold on. We'll change it to.
That would be like Pebble saying, like, if Michigan lose against Ohio State. He ain't never doing that question.
Okay, so then we'll change this to, Pebble, percentage confidence in the Packers to win the game.
Yeah,
right? That'd be better.
Do that, but don't be doing if we lose.
If they lose, I will be not that surprised.
Are you okay? You okay? What's wrong with you, man? I've been knowing you for 30 years.
Not that surprised.
I think I took you and Nancy to your first Badger game. You were thoroughly appalled by the student section when I took you there.
Yes.
And now you're talking about if they lose.
Tastes great and whatever. Yeah, I thought that was I was appalled by that given the creativity that the Wisconsin fans have always had in the energy. We're taking this one down, but not until after I read it.
Please,
we got 18 votes.
If
they lose, I will be not that surprised, 33%, shocked, 28%, won't eat for a week, 28%, and will become a Bears fan, 11%. I don't have to ask you if you're going to vote because you've said you don't like it.
Who's doing that? Nobody's voting for that. That would be like Penn State saying if we lose to Oregon.
Well,
no,
I'm not. I don't work for the team. I want to know the level of confidence and how much it would hurt. Losing hurts if it bothers you.
We're not doing that.
Pebble, what were your percentages that you're giving people? 99%.
I was just going 25, 50, 75, 100.
We can't go 100. Jason's proved you can't be.
So 99.9?
99.9, yes.
Pebble.
What would you like what do you like as your choice,
Hold
Gary?
on.
Pebble, listen to Gary.
Yes, sir.
Pebble, if you were in Ann Arbor and you're on the radio in Ann Arbor and you gave that as a question, would they run you out of Ann Arbor?
100%.
And they were playing Ohio State?
100%, yeah. I wouldn't be able to finish the show.
I mean, the Green Bay Dallas Cowboys, that's a rivalry of sorts. I mean, it's got history.
Not much.
It
used to be.
It is.
No.
I don't care what you say.
I'm saying
it is a rivalry of sorts. It is.
Of
you go
sorts.
back.
What is a sort?
Of sorts. Well, because it has history.
There is some history, but most of the history is a long time ago. The Cowboys have not been good enough to justify a rivalry.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. There's a lot of things you're talking about. What was that? The Ice Bowl. You're talking about the catch.
Yeah.
The catch that wasn't a catch.
Des
you're
Bryant,
talking about
yes.
Jordan Love. You're talking about the first time we saw Aaron Rodgers. We're like, oh my God, he's pretty good. You saw pretty much basically Jordan Love's coming out party on a playoff game down there.
Jordan Love, it's of some note. I will grant you that.
Yeah. It's got some cachet. It's got history. It's the Cowboys. It's the Green Bay Packers. Two blue blood franchises. on the NFC side. Come on, man.
No, the Cowboys stink. They have not been in an NFC championship game in 30 years. It does.
Don't matter.
Not to the media coverage, but it does to reality. Well,
don't matter.
I don't think there's a big rivalry.
What? That should be the question. If you want to do a question, you want to find out about Packer fans.
Wait, hold on.
If you want to find out about Packer fans, ask them if this a rivalry.
Which is the biggest rivalry? Bears, Lions, Vikings, Cowboys?
Rank them.
I don't know. Can we do that? I don't know how we can rank them.
Bears going to be one.
I don't think we can rank them.
But rank them. The Cowboys would be 2.
Bears aren't even close to 1. Number 1 now and not even close to the Detroit
we can rank them with their percentage, so we can ask who is the Green Bay Packers' biggest rival? Bears, Vikings, Lions, or Cowboys?
Oh, and then we'll find out what percentage each gets.
Yes, that's what you need to do.
You got to have more input on this show, Gary. I appreciate your input. But you
There's the one. If you want to know that.
Yeah, I do. I want to know the other ones, too, but they didn't make your level of approval.
If we lose, we're not doing if we lose.
That's how you find a person's
if Pebble
emotion.
was in Ann Arbor, they'd come down to the student radio station and just take him out.
They can find and do that. You don't know a person's emotion when you ask him if you're going to win. You know their emotion when you ask them if they're going to lose. What hurts? What do you remember more, your wins or your losses, Gary Ellison?
Win.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not what athletes say. They say they remember the losses way more.
No, win.
Right.
I remember my wins, yes.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to follow up with that with a possible comment.
Right. Sure.
With Air Force Greg, that's understandable because there were so few.
Right.
You had one.
Exactly.
Like, man, I remember that. All right.
Well, the biggest win of my career, though, I would have to go back. We beat Michigan when they were ranked number 1 with Anthony Carter in 1981.
Shocked the world.
Win.
Shocked the world.
Win.
Yeah. And that's
they weren't our rival.
No, you weren't good enough.
But you know who was but you knew who was the rival to?
At that
Dave McClain. Dave McClain, because he coached under Bo and Woody.
Right. He'd been so there was something there, but
there.
That shocked the world. I don't know how to explain how I can't say it, but because you don't like it, but is it?
And the whole week, you ready for this? I don't know if I told you this. And the whole week, Coach McClain was paranoid.
That they were stealing stuff. Yeah.
That he had spies at the stadium, and that they were watching our practice.
See, the one reason I like this about the losing,
y'all people. Here you go.
You people.
Yes. Think because Michigan just recently still inside that stuff been part of football since day one.
Correct. But the manner in which it's done has changed. But just as an update,
doesn't matter.
33% of Packer fans not that surprised if they lost to the Cowboys. I'm not happy. I'm bothered. A third? With this team,
well,
it should be 5%.
No, because
people are down that much because of Cleveland.
No one believes in Jordan Love.
Oh,
that's what you got.
All right, I do.
I'm being straight 100.
I know.
No one believes in Jordan Love. But can I just say this? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
It's okay for Brett Favre to be a gunslinger, but it's not okay for Jordan Love to be a gunslinger.
Could it also be that he's not as good a gunslinger? Or not?
Jordan Love, after he threw the pick, led the team back down the field to get a game-winning field goal.
Must be stated. Yeah, he did get a 40-yard. He got a 40-yard pass interference.
Nobody's talking about it. Nobody stated that. Nowhere. Nobody.
How many times have I talked about
saying that? Nobody.
We talked about it on the post-game show.
That's it.
Well, fine.
And I brought it up. You did it.
I don't think so. I think the tape will show that I brought it up before you came on.
Fine.
Because I said he was the most unlucky. No, he was the most unlucky player. Because if they had kicked the field goal, he would have benefited the most. Because people would have said, forget the interception, dude. And one of his strengths, I believe, is his ability to forget.
To forget.
Yeah.
To forget.
Yep. I know you have more, but we'll break, and then we'll get the more from Gary Ellison. There's a you guys coming up. I know it. Another
I already
one.
said you guys, you people. That was in the last segment.
I know, but I'm saying there's another one coming.
It could be.
Could be. Yes, next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Still got this accident on 894 eastbound right about at 60th Street off on the right shoulder. So we've got delays stretching from before 84th Street to that point. On the flip side, we do have delays from Forest Home into the Hale, pretty much like usual. And then from Beloit Road up to National Avenue. We've also got a crash on 4394 southbound at Beecher off on the left shoulder. So that's starting to back things up back through the Marquette. As a matter of fact, we've got delays on southbound 43. Typical, though, from before Good Hope Road all the way down past Bender Road, from Capitol Drive down past Fond du Lac Avenue, and again through the Marquette. On the northbound side, slowing down from Kilbourne all the way up past Locust, heading almost to Burleigh, so be careful with that one. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, a few clouds, a low of 59. Tomorrow, morning patchy fog, sunny and warm, high of 84. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat with Freddie Coleman.
Mike Gundy is a football legend as a player and as a coach at Oklahoma State. And that was not even enough to save his job in new college athletics. Anybody who's been that kind of figure in college football that Mike Gundy has been, making Oklahoma State matter. And it wasn't that long ago that they had double-digit wins. But he firmly believed on Monday, after losing to Tulsa last Friday, which should never happen if you're an Oklahoma State football fan, he said, hey, I got a 3.5-year contract. I plan on being here the rest of the year. Not even a day later, they bounced him. Plenty of older coaches are realizing if you can't keep up in new college athletics, they're going to show you the door. Or you get out before you be shoved out of the door. Check out Nick Saban in football, Mike Krzyzewski and Roy Williams in basketball. Mike Gundy thought that his pedigree and his legendary status, what he did for Oklahoma State football, was going to allow him to have a state of execution. As it turned out, that is not the case, and he will not be the last one. In 60 seconds, will the Detroit Tigers make the wrong history?
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
The 0-2 swinging a line drive to third. Caught by Ramirez. Guardians have moved into a tie from 15.5 games back.
They had a 15.5 game lead in the American League Central in July. And here we are at the end of September or close to it. And the Tigers are fighting for their lives, the Detroit Tigers, to try to find a way to get into the playoffs and not have a colossal collapse that nobody could have seen coming. Now, when I was growing up as a youngster in New York, I remember the Boston Red Sox had a 14.5 game lead over the New York Yankees in 1978. And then it went to a one-game playoff that the Yankees won. They wound up winning the World Series. And Red Sox fans, until they finally won one in the 2000s, never forgave that team for blowing that lead. Tigers fans won't do that to their team, but man, oh man, can you imagine that in July you're thinking, we got to make playoff preparations? If they don't win, if they lose this lead and the Guardians win, they won't even make the playoffs. I can't even imagine how that's going to land in a great sports city known as Motown. For the ESPN Radio Sports Beat, I'm Freddie Coleman of ESPN Radio's Freddie and Harry.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
My baby is nudist, running around in her birthday suit.
Yes, had the show today, the pancake breakfast tomorrow, special Brewers show from 3 until 5. Want to thank all the sponsors. Nutro Spine Center of Wisconsin, your spine health is their passion. Also brought to you by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental of Wisconsin. The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. Higher Love Cannabis Company, located just over the border, 9 seconds over the border to be specific, in Menominee, Michigan. Visit today. Easy stop before or after a game. You know what team I'm talking about. Or on your way through town, less than an hour from Green Bay. Less than an hour from Green Bay. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan. Organically grown, locally owned. Higher Love Cannabis Company, the best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD for more information. Just an hour. Less than an hour. I haven't figured exactly how many minutes. Less than an hour from Green Bay. The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. We got all kinds of questions because Gary didn't like the ones we had. All right.
You know, Homer, the organically grown stuff is the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and put my
I'm not as yes.
Verse.
Well, no. That's not it. I think.
Okay.
Tell me this. I would guess everything organically grown is going to be better. Yeah.
Better for you. Yeah. I mean, that's like my good friends over at the Jury Center with the naturally mined diamonds.
Yes.
It's kind of like organically grown, Yeah, the best.
You do it the best way.
Is.
Now, it can be more expensive, and there can be, and not everybody wants to do that.
You're going to pay a little bit more, but it's good. And, you know, if you ever ran across, and you met my lovely wife today, Jennifer, I mean, because she's got that beautiful diamond ring from the Jury Center just sitting on her finger right there. I mean, when you walked in the door, you got to put your sunglasses on when you saw it.
No, I was surprised she didn't have a wheelbarrow to around. I got to walk around with a wheelbarrow because it's just too heavy to keep my arm up. All right, what do you believe is the percent chance that the Packers beat the Cowboys on Sunday night? 25, 50, 75, or 99.9? Which would you like to pick?
75%.
I figured you would. Most do. Most agree with you. 69%. I picked 99.9%, and that is 23%. 50%, that is 7 points. 25%, no one, everybody. So that's good. But now we get to the Green Bay Packer biggest rival. Bears, 53. Lions, 22. Vikings, 22. Cowboys, 3.
Yeah, because those people don't know.
All right.
They don't get it. Those people that are voting right now, they don't even know that the Packers played the Cowboys in the Ice Bowl. You think they know that?
No, they don't. Of course not.
No.
It's like Don Hudson. Vince Lombardi has become Don Hudson. Just remember, all you need to know, 5 titles in 7 years.
Yeah.
Now, not as impressive as today because you kept most of the players together for those titles, and that doesn't happen as much. That's why Belichick deserves credit for having did hit what he did in a tougher era than Vince Lombardi. All right, now let's get to Jordan Love. We got a couple minutes left before Fat Jack. I just want you to talk about Jordan Love. I worry more about LaFleur than I do Jordan Love. How about that?
No, I think it's a combination of both. I worry about both of them because they both work hand in hand. And I think, Homer, sometimes, and you've been able to do this throughout your career, sometimes you got to save people from themselves. Like, you know what you said, Gary, I'm coming over to your house right now and I'm setting this thing up. You got to save guys from themselves. Yeah. We're going to make this, you're already good, but we're going to make it sound even better.
So who's saving who from who?
LaFleur needs to save Jordan Love from himself. Like, you know what, dude? You're not throwing the ball this particular play. We're going to hand it off to Josh Jacobs. We got a good defense. We're going to punt it and see if they can go 8.
And this is my point. I agree with you. And I don't trust LaFleur to do that because I think deep down he's a passing guy.
Well, he has to figure it out, though.
Right.
I think this is the first time he's had a defense in Green Bay this damn good.
Great point. And that's got to let
you. And now you got to rethink how you play the game.
Yes, because should he go into every game, the first thing he should know is my defense is better than my offense.
My defense is better than my offense.
That's the first thing.
That's what he's got to say. Mm-hmm. My defense is better than my offense. Let's lead with my defense. I don't think he knew that until maybe when they played Cleveland.
Maybe, or he doesn't know how to play like that.
No. I think he knows how to play like that because when you and I did the postgame show, I think we heard him say, well, I may not, I probably should not have called that play.
I don't go by what he says. I go by what he does.
Fine. Well, we'll see.
We will.
Let's see next time we get tight because they're going to get in another game like this. Next time they play Detroit, when they play Philadelphia, it's going to be that
but
kind of game.
But they're not going to play a team that has an offense as horrible as the Browns. So the decision won't be as easy.
Well, no, but it will be tight where you now rely on your defense to get a stop, where you punt the ball back to them.
Versus how aggressive
you're not thinking about going forward on 4th and 1 in some crazy situation at the 50-yard line. You punt it and let your defense make
Fat Jack is coming, but Pebble,
let's get to Fat Jack.
Can you tell Gary Ellerson that we took down the Discount Liquor Twitter poll about losing?
We did. We took down. It is not.
I've never done that before, ever.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's because you sound so good with that 1982 mic.
You saved me from myself today.
No,
you did.
I did not know that. Scott, my guy, he said, don't get any other mic, that kind of mic.
That's the one.
That's the one. He can tell you. We'll talk about it. You can get a stand too, so you don't have to hold it.
Well, I need more stuff here.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. We got the guy.
All right.
Fat Jack next.
Appreciate you. Bye.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Junior Achievement is proud to team up with the Admirals to help young people build the skills they need to win in school, in work, and in life. Thank you to the Milwaukee Admirals for supporting JA programming and for giving our students a power play toward a brighter future. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
We know that the people of Wisconsin are hard workers, that they're tough. But even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
The Fall Trade-Up event is happening now at Cunis. With winter on the horizon, trade up now to a new, safe, and reliable vehicle. We'll do whatever it takes to make a deal at nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Cunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have huge incentives and discounts on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Thinking pre-owned? We have over 2,500 in stock with payments for every budget. Plus, check out our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Don't miss the Fall Trade-Up event. Start your search online at CunisMilwaukee.com.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Kick off your game day with a shine. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash now with 7 convenient locations across greater Milwaukee, including the brand new location in New Berlin. The best part, your very first wash is absolutely free when you sign up online. That's a $25 value on us. At Tsunami Express, you'll enjoy premium washes that protect your car, plus free vacuums and detailing tools to keep your ride looking spotless inside and out. Fast, easy, and always looking its best. Roll into the game feeling confident and clean. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you've played the rest. Now play the best.
Hey,
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off plus an extra 15% off and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
Hi, I'm David Gruber. When you've been seriously injured, you need the best team of professionals on your side. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices to get the results you deserve. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We in Friday with Fat Jack. You need him. Gambling's hard. You need the best. Go to fatjacksports.com. He tells you the wins. He tells you the losses. Jack, what's the latest on your smoking season streak?
Yeah, I mean, at some point we'll have a losing week, Homer. I mean, nobody wins every single week, but, I mean, it hasn't happened in September. We were 4-2 again on Saturday. After winning Monday, winning Thursday, winning Friday, went 4-2 on Saturday, so had a great run into the Sunday. Gave back a unit on Sunday. All you got to do is go to the results tab at fatjacksports.com. All these plays are listed there. You don't have to take our word for it. Everybody gets the same plays. They're all there. So we end up we're now 14-4 on Saturdays. Lost back a game on Sunday. I did not have any part of the Los Angeles Rams-Philly, one of the worst beats I've seen in a long time. So that was nice. Didn't have to endure that. But had a couple of bad beats and had another winning week, Homer. We've won every single week this season. We won again last night, had the under with Seattle in the Seattle game versus Arizona, so that won. Heading into the weekend, Ryder Cup plays are free. They've gone out. UFC going this weekend, soccer going this weekend. Soccer won on Wednesday. So great time to get signed up at fatjacksports.com.
I want to ask you about the Packers and the Cleveland Browns. That's the perfect game where you say it's not about who's going to win the game. It's about the points now. The Browns did win the game. What were your thoughts in the end and going into that game?
So, first of all, we've talked about this. Cleveland has the number one defense in the league. That's a bad place to start when you're giving a bunch of points because defense wins against the spread. The other important thing, Homer, is that weeks 1 through 9 of the NFL season, this goes back the last 3 years, 7-point underdogs or more at home. All right, so home teams are getting 7 or more. Dallas Cowboys may fall into this subset this week against your Packers. But 7-point underdogs or more at home are 19-1-2 against the spread the last 3 years. So basically the first half of the football season, if you're getting 7 points or more at home, you're 19-1 against the spread. And that it illustrates the parity in the league. The amount of teams, it's not about Dallas getting injured, Dallas trading away Micah Parsons. Everybody knows that. That's what sets the A versus B on the team. But that is why the line's 7. That's why the line's there. So if you can't then explain why the Packers would win by more than 7 based on other information, then you're not factoring in the line, which is what you have to do to make money. That's why the general public gets beat every year betting on sports, because they're applying facts that don't have anything to do with covering a number and everything to do with winning a game. And they're two totally different things. So last week, not surprising that Cleveland covered. A bit surprising they won, obviously. Could have gone either way. But that's a general rule for guys that know what they're doing. First 9 weeks of the season, you get a home team that gets more than a touchdown, it's almost an auto bet.
All right, now we get to the Cowboys, because I think I can give you facts that make me think the Packers are going to win by more than 7 for sure, but that's not really the issue. They're right about it 7, and then I heard someone say, well, it's now 6.5. How, when you give the numbers that you do, how do you tell people, or how do you factor in if the point spread changes, or that part is all. There's a good example. So I would feel if the Packers are favored by 6.5, yeah, and it supports your feeling because it's less than 7. But at 7, help me.
No, I first of all, it's 7 right now. But if it's 6.5, there's no scenario I'm betting Green Bay. Because you can't give me stats that tell me they're going to win by more than 7. You can give me stats that tell me they're going to win. But if they were going to win by more than 7, the number would be 10.
That line does not believe in the offense as much as I believe in the offense because the Dallas defense is horrible.
The overall parity in the league is something you can't factor in, correctly, and that Vegas does. So you're either betting the Cowboys or you're not betting the game. Honestly, either way, through the first 9 weeks, because these teams don't quit. You saw it with Cleveland. Don't get taught the same lesson twice. You learned last week they should never have covered the number, right?
Yes.
They should have won, but they should never cover. They would never.
I wanted to ask you, too. I think Cleveland could be a team that you could make a lot of money on this year because people think they're so bad, but they have a part to their team that's among the elite in the league, and somehow Fat Jack can use that to win.
Well, that's true, but I will tell you this, Joe Flacco, I mean, one in 7 men in America get prostate cancer, and he's getting into that elderly age where, heck, the guy might get he's an old man. So, I mean, that becomes if you can't score points.
But maybe then you would play the under. There's got to be an angle that you see when people just don't understand. Like, people don't understand Cleveland's defense is maybe as good as any in the league.
No, it is, and that's why and the more games they cover, the less value we'll have betting on Cleveland because everybody will start to see it didn't just cover against the Packers. If they just covered against the Packers, people would be like, well, they covered, so what? But now they won, and so people see with a good defense you can do a lot of things. Stylistic, Detroit's a bad matchup for them. I would steer clear of the game because it's on the road, A. B, if you can't score, you can't cover 10, and that's going to be the bigger problem. The Lions are in that group, unlike Green Bay, which is not. Even with Jordan Love, they're not a high-scoring team typically, from a coaching standpoint on down. The Lions are like Baltimore. They are one of those teams that they may not play great defense, but they're going to get theirs most of the time offensively, especially at home. So if you can't score, you're going to have trouble covering against it. So, again, it's not play the Lions. It's just don't play the game. I would not want to bet against the Browns, at least for a while. And honestly, they're figuring out their offense as they go. I mean, they've got obviously below-average quarterback play. They're not scoring any points. But defensively, they're going to be in a lot of games. So just understanding these pitfalls will help you maybe not play these teams, but not play against these teams. And that, a lot of times, is the key to making money. And it is absolutely the key this week with the Packers. If they go and win by 3 touchdowns, great. But over the long run, you're not going to make money betting on that spot, whether they're your team or not. They're 19-1-2 against the spread, which puts the Packers in a 1-19-2 against the spread as giving more than a touchdown on the road before week 9 of the season. So just don't fight into that trend. That's the message here.
FatJackSports.com. Again, everything is there. One last quick question. I just think it's hard for the bookies or whoever, not the people making the numbers, to know this college game as well as the pro game, and that gives someone like you a little bit of an edge in college over the pros. I've said
no, it definitely does.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and you have to. Well, you see that the NFL, especially right now, every week you're going to have 20% of the games that come down to the last field goal late, interception, something. Teams trying to score. That 20%. Obviously, you try to avoid them because the profit is going to be made on the 80% of the games that don't come down. But the NFL, you can't say that about college, where 1 out of every 5 are going to be at the end of the game deciding who wins. So it is tougher across the board. What the general public will do is they'll focus way too much on that 20% and not enough on the 80% they're getting wrong. We will get a lot more right than wrong on the 80% that aren't that close. And then those toss-up, those 20% that are toss-up games, we're going to split those. So one week we're going to have the Rams who get a field goal blocked and return a touchdown with the worst beats in recent memory. And the next time we're going to have Philadelphia in that same spot that's going to get lucky, and they're going to block something they shouldn't block and run for a touchdown with a 300-pound lineman. So those will even out. But the general public makes the mistake of focusing on those either great wins or horrible losses and deciding that's why they're winning or losing.
We'll talk next week. Thanks, Jack.
Get signed up today, guys. We have not had a losing week yet. UFC going tomorrow, soccer. Free Riders Cup plays when you get signed up. Great time at FatJackSports.com.
FatJackSports.com. You need them more than ever. Thanks.
All right, have a good week, Homer.
Next.
Southbound 43, we've got some backups from just south of Brown Deer Road, and that stretches all the way down past Capitol Drive to about